Starting recording. Hey guys, this is Camfrey15, and I'm back at it with another video for you guys as we're here joined by my good old friend, TheRedWolf slash Denzel.
I'm back.
Anyways, we're actually making this video Monday, but this video is gonna go up Wednesday afternoon, night, whenever it's best accommodated. Based on the time, because like I said, I'm on Eastern time zone in Connecticut, while my good friend Denzel is on the West Coast. But anyways, we're here to talk, which has been a very long time. Well, we collabed about it. I still talk about Dragon Ball with the chapter reviews, but this has been one of the longest times we have not talked about Dragon Ball together, really, on a video. If the last time we talked about Dragon Ball was our Dragon Ball Super review way back, I think, this past summer, if not 2 years ago. No,
Mhm.
this past summer, I think.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was summer.
So we are here with the highly anticipated first top 10 video on Camfrey15's channel. And Denzel will be mostly a part of this because, hey, we want to give our different thoughts instead of me being by myself giving my top 10 thoughts on this. Plus, it gives Denzel to talk a little bit more if you guys feel like he doesn't talk enough on the channel. But yeah, another thing I just want to point out is get yourself, even though it's been like 3 weeks past, get yourself Dragon Ball Z Kakarot um, for Xbox, PC, or PS4. I don't know where Denzel went, but I think he went to go get his copy too.
Uh, I know it's unnecessary, but whatever. I don't know. I don't have to get it, right?
Yeah. Also, stay tuned sometime. Actually, because if you guys been following my channel, especially with the recent updates about me and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I said I would do a review on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But me and Denzel talked, and we came to the conclusion that for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, we're actually going to be doing a review together on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, that's till Denzel finishes the game. I believe you're on the Frieza saga or some part of it.
I'm gonna like be entering Planet Namek if I recall. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, so we'll make the review whenever Denzel feels comfortable to give the review, slash whenever he finishes the game. I figure he won't probably want to make the review after he beats the game. But essentially, we'll just talk about some of the things we liked in the game, some of the things we didn't like in the game, because I really want to talk about that game because game is kind of, I wouldn't say controversial, but some things in the game have ticked off some really crazy good strong Dragon Ball fans, with some certain retcons and some things that they didn't put in the game. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We're here to talk about our top tens, and what this top 10 about Dragon Ball is going to be about top 10 Dragon Ball arcs. And we're not talking about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or just Dragon Ball or maybe Dragon Ball GT. We're straight up talking all of Dragon Ball, with the exclusion of Heroes, because we know nothing about Heroes.
and it kind of died on me after a few episodes.
I don't blame you, because some people don't like Heroes, the anime, even though it's only 8 minutes long. But hey, it's the closest thing to anime we can get. Anyways, we're here to talk about our top 10 Dragon Ball arcs, which covers anything we thought of Dragon Ball, and we talk about our favorite arcs. So we can bring arcs from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT. Albeit we probably won't choose nothing from GT because nothing was ever good from GT. If not, the only good thing from GT was Baby Saga, and that was it. But I hardly remember anything from GT, so don't expect
I
GT.
I have not watched ET anyway, so
If you watch GT, watch it in subbed. I heard subbed is much better than the dub.
I hear you.
Anyways, we're here, and we're here with number 10. So, let's give our thoughts. Okay, my number 10 favorite arc of Dragon Ball as a whole will have to probably be, and this is tough because I'm going this off the fly. But what I might have to say is my top 10 favorite arc in Dragon Ball. I will say the Battle of Gods arc of Dragon Ball Super. Now, yes, could I say the movie, but I'm gonna go with the arc from Dragon Ball Super.
Actually, I was about to ask about that. Are the movies included in this, or just the canon arcs?
No movies. Now we will eventually do a top 10 movie list of Dragon Ball. But movies will not count because they're not technically considered arcs. They're kind of their own thing. But anyways, my 10th favorite arc of Dragon Ball as a whole is the Battle of Gods arc from Dragon Ball Super. We all know this is an arc that probably should have never happened. It's a retelling of the Battle of Gods arc, which I believe covers from episode 1 to episode 13, I believe, in Dragon Ball Super, which is fairly short. But essentially, it is the retelling of the Battle of Gods arc. The reason why it's 10th is, yes, I think it's better than some arcs in Dragon Ball, but still, it barely cracks top 10. Um, like I said earlier, this arc did not mean to happen, but it was still cool to see some things from this arc be brought in, like especially the in-between stuff, or before what happened, or before what took place between, you know, Battle of Gods and, I guess a little bit what happened. Well, that's kind of more Revival of F territory, but you know, it was cool to see some of the different. It was, well, I wouldn't say cool, but it was interesting to see some of the different changes they did from the movies. There were some changes that I kind of did not like. One of them was the Bulma birthday party being held. I think they could have just left it in West City. If you had not checked out my Dragon Ball Super review, I do make a mention of that, saying it probably should have been held in West City like the movies. I thought that was a better setting. Two, I also thought, which kind of leaves it at 10, the whole Videl being revealed to be pregnant, that kind of was like not so good itself. Um, Now there are still some good things. We did get a much more longer fight between Goku and Beerus, albeit not animated as good as the movie. It was still a pretty decent fight for the start of Super. Super Saiyan God being able to show the different powers of, we got healing abilities, pretty cool. The infamous that's why I said it's top 10. Like, there's good moments and there's bad moments. Like, one of the worst moments of Battle of Gods arc was probably episode 5. If you all know the episode 5 thing, the worst animation probably out of all of Super, if not one of the worst episodes animated in Super terms, if not Dragon Ball as a whole. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna cut to Denzel. What is your top 10 favorite arc of Dragon Ball?
Number 10. I will have to say, number 10. The number 10 arc will probably have to be the Red Ribbon Army arc of the original Dragon Ball. So,
okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's just so iconic to me. Like Goku, like saving the world from humanly threats from back when he was a little kid. Like, It's just so nostalgic, and it's just so satisfying to see like all those enemies who have done some horrible things to Goku's friends get get what they deserved. Sorry for misstuttering. I just don't know what to say. I don't know. I just like it a lot. I mean, there are some flaws, but I vaguely remember some of those flaws. But other than that, it kind of dragged out a bit.
Yeah, it was probably one of the longest arcs in Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's.
You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 9 for me. I think I'll have to be what Denzel just recently said, and that is the Dragon Ball Red Ribbon Army arc. That is my number 9. One, like as Denzel said, it is a pretty long arc, which kind of can drag on a bit, especially if you're not really feeling Dragon Ball. But the one cool thing about this arc is all the amazing friends Goku made throughout his journey that you later see later on, like Jesus, when they're doing the spirit bomb when they're doing making the spirit bomb against Majin Buu. When he made friends with Ader and Sano, Upa and Bora, his father, the two Indians that, especially Bora, who was killed by Tao Pai Pai. That was one of the good fights in that nice little arc. We got to see Korin for the first time. Who can remember the freaking amazing climb Goku did up to Korin's tower? You totally left that out.
You think? Actually, I should have mentioned that. Actually, oh my God, why didn't I mention that?
Muscle Tower, that was pretty crazy, especially the funny fight with the ninja Goku had. General Blue, who somehow is the first Zarbon. I'm just saying. Everyone likes to make a meme of Zarbon being gay. What else was there? The raiding of the base. Jesus, took down a whole army. Now, we didn't see no Dr. Gero or Android 16 before he got turned into an android.
You must be around there. I mean, obviously they didn't show it, but
they must have been one of the retreating forces people, obviously. But yeah, the Red Ribbon arc, it is good. Most of Dragon Ball's arcs are pretty good. It was interesting to see and stuff like that. Especially the whole, one of the most memorable parts about that is probably the Tao Pai Pai versus Upa's father Bora when he died and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting. But I want to put that as number 9. So, you're number 9, Denzel.
My number 9? I think it would probably have to be the Jesus. I'll probably have to say the arc where Goku fought Tien and the World Tournament.
Oh, the Dragon Ball World Tournament, 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament arc.
Yeah, like that, and like that's what like. Okay, let me just say this. Tien is one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters of all time. I know he's kind of underrated to people, but I personally like him. Like he's my favorite Earthling. I mean, yes, people like Krillin more. Tien, like he had like really good character development in this arc. Like he started like a being a killer and like raised by like a horrible master, and he was basically during the fight he was like being forced to like I don't know kill Goku. By his master by forcing Chaozu to stun him if I remember correctly. And then Tien finally burst leave me alone.
And I guess some other parts to little nudge in. You remember the Yamcha versus Tien fight, and even the really Master Roshi versus Tien fight too.
Yeah. Should I have mentioned those before? Yeah. I
should.
I should. Yeah. It was, well, the Tien and Yamcha fight was actually pretty good, actually. Like they were really throwing fists really quickly, and that's Yamcha had his moments, but it all went down thanks to his broken leg, right? And then the Tien versus Jackie Chun fight, it was that's when Jackie Chun / Master Roshi kind of lectured Tien during the fight, right? And stuff, and pretty much forfeited too. And that's when he moved on to facing Goku, where he restarts to develop character. And Jesus. and that's the fight.
Crazy scenes at the end of the arc, if you remember what happens.
At the end of the arc?
You don't remember when they were all eating and then, somebody.
Don't. I'm not getting to that part yet. I'm not getting to that part yet. I
Okay.
I think shouldn't that be mentioned in the King Piccolo arc?
Well,
If we were
it was kind of the end of the World Martial Arts Tournament arc as in the start of it, but that's up to you.
so, like he says, that'll happen like at the very end of this World Tournament arc between Goku versus Tien. But yeah, it's gonna happen. All I gotta say is I like characters and Tien's character development here. So that's all I gotta say. Okay, go on, Cameron. Your
Okay.
part. Your next.
So, I believe this is my A favorite, right? A favorite arc. My A favorite arc of Dragon Ball will probably have to be, and this might actually be, how might I say this? Actually shocking, but I would say my A favorite arc would have to be the Future Trunks arc from, or how about this? The Goku Black arc from Dragon Ball Super. Now, come to think of it, I could have put this at 9, but I'm being generous at 8 for the many cool moments we got in this arc. Now, it's morally on the lower end of my favorite arcs because, if we're just being honest, this arc had a lot of problems at the end of the day. Well, really with how it ended. Um, like I said, the one thing about this arc that was fun and cool and what it was favorite was we always had that question like, I wonder what Future Trunks is doing right now. All of a sudden, we get an arc where we not only get an evil Goku, we get Future Trunks back, and it was one of the coolest arcs to go into, albeit the crazy, stupid ending that later happened at the tail end of the arc. At the end of the day, you have to admit this arc was pretty entertaining and was pretty cool. I do see some people saying that the Future Trunks arc is one of the worst arcs in Dragon Ball. I don't think it is. It's one of the best arcs, just mainly from the moments you get. You're everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not saying you can't hate on it. There were so many moments like we got the My Trunks kiss. Um, we got Fuse Zamasu's moment. Vegito, even though the stupid retcon happened. Um, you know, like I said, Vegito Blue, uh, Goku versus Goku Black for the first time. Goku Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. There's so many moments I can go back. Like I said, the reason why this is more lower on the spectrum is, like I said, the ending kind of is really bland and kind of stupid. One, how you kill somebody who's immortal. Oh, wait, let's just get the Omni King to do this for it and erase everything. And essentially, the ending was, yeah, let's just send you back to a time before Goku Black essentially did everything happens. Where to the point, there's two Mayas and two Trunks, which kind of makes it a bittersweet ending. Like I said, if you want to get my thoughts and Denzel's thoughts on the future Trunks slash Goku Black arc and Super, go check out my Dragon Ball Super review. That should be in a playlist with Dragon Ball content. So check that out if you want to see what that is, because I think we get more of our thoughts on that. But yeah, I thought it was a fine arc, but like I said, some of the issues kind of outweigh some of the good. But that's my A favorite arc. Yes, it's shocking that I put that over the. Now, is it debatable? You can put it over the Red Ribbon Army arc. Yes, but I also see in length it kind of dragged on a lot too, as well as length. Now, maybe not as long as the Red Ribbon Army arc, in my opinion. I just feel like it was probably much more better than the Red Ribbon arc, in my opinion. So, if you're Dragon Ball fans and you're hurt, I'm sorry.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep, your A favorite arc.
My eighth favorite. This is gonna be a tough one because I don't want people to be triggered by it. I'm gonna probably. This is actually a tough one for me because there are many that I enjoy, but also that I also have to pull the flaws out too. I'm probably gonna have to say the Tournament of Power.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of like fighters from other universes like coming together to like keep from getting erased and stuff. Like I like how there's Saiyans from other universes. I like how like the infamous hit and the newly warrior Jiren like coming up from for universe 11, right? But there's still some moments that still kind of irritate me though, like how easily Krillin got knocked out by Frost. Like, god dang it, that and the way Tien got knocked out too. Like, I mean, I know he took his opponent with me, but come on. You gotta do my boy Tien like that? Okay, and just like what more can I say? Like, the way Piccolo got knocked out too, like just a teeny tiny enemy. Remember?
Yep.
like, like that was that.
I was about to say, I'm like,
just,
wait, you can't forget about the Piccolo one too.
That was just straight up dumb. like, come on, Piccolo, you're better than that. But other than that, I enjoyed the arc because there was like a lot of action, like as to be expected, because from a whole lot of warriors from other universes and such, especially Ultra Instinct 2 making an appearance. Ultra Instinct 2. And I don't know. I just have to put on 8 due to those reasons I just mentioned. I do like I do like Jiren's character development. Goku and Frieza working together. That's something you don't see every day. Like the end. But that's pretty much my overall thoughts on it.
Okay. And again, like I said, if you want to get more of Denzel's and my thoughts, and actually, my 7th favorite arc is the Tournament of Power arc as well. But if you want to get our thoughts on that arc, again, like I said, I know I've been plugging it like crazy, but go check out our Dragon Ball Super, review. Really, go check out my Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z/Z Kai and Dragon Ball Super reviews. Now, we have yet to make GT for you GT fans. Maybe we will later on. We just have to watch it. And if I'm watching it again in Japanese. I can't stand the English dub because the English dub sucks.
And you'll be hearing Goku's voice like this.
Anyways, like I said, my 7th favorite arc is the Tournament of Power arc. There's nothing much else I can say. Denzel kind of said it. There is good in this arc. There is good. But like I said, it's one of those cases where it's lower ranked or it doesn't make the top 5 because some of the cons outweigh the good. It's kind of like in the middle. Sometimes the good outweighs the cons, but then the cons outweigh the good. The eliminations. Now I didn't feel like some of the eliminations were okay. The Piccolo one was just stupid. Okay, I'll admit that the Piccolo one was stupid. The Krillin one to an extent was stupid. While some of the other ones I feel like I'm okay with. Some they can be a little irky, a little bit. Maybe the Gohan one could catch people in their feelings the way he got eliminated. I guess the 18 one could be a little bit of the way how he got eliminated. Stuff like that. Now, I like the introduction of all these new characters, but the one thing I guess that was kind of a turnoff is there is no threat of of Universe 7 losing. One, because again, Super takes place in between the end of the Majin Buu arc and the end of Z. There's no threat of possibly losing our heroes. Jesus, we got the freaking hit. we got the hit where it looked like Goku was gonna die. Nope, comes back literally the next episode after it looked like he died. But like I said, there was no like thing. The only way they could have turned it on us was if Jiren had won the match, and then somehow wished for all the universe to be brought back, which I don't think would have been his wish. All in all, um, so one, yes, it was predictable, but I guess in an aspect, some predictabilities were good, some predictabilities were bad. You know, I love Kale and Caulifla. Some people don't like Kale and Caulifla, which could be a reason why it would be lower for people on the list. You know, if anything, if I'm saying one of the most hated eliminations I had watching this thing was the hit elimination. I did not like the way he got eliminated. And I thought he got eliminated way too early. And I know you have to build up Jiren, but really, you're going to eliminate him that quickly? You know, you might as well save hit for the end game then. You know, instead of giving, even though Kefla versus Ultra Instinct Goku was a good fight and was fun to watch, I would have loved to see Ultra Instinct Goku versus Hit. I'm just saying. Um, you know, there's many possibilities of many cool epic fights we could have gotten. Now we got some. We didn't. We didn't get like the Hit versus Vegeta rematch. We didn't get that. You know, we didn't get a Goku versus. Well, technically, we already had Goku versus Hit rematch, but you know, there were some things. And I guess before I ended up, I guess Jiren, he was kind of a poor man's antagonist. Yes, he was cool. Yes, he was in some cases, excuse my language, badass. Um, but at the end of the day, he was a pretty weak antagonist. He really had nothing going until we finally got character development. Literally, like almost 2 or 3 episodes before Super ended, really. So he, in terms of antagonist, our main boss, he kind of was the weakest one out of all because really he had no character for legit the entire portion of this tournament. But that's just my thoughts on the Tournament of Power. Really, if you ask me, I think that's the last thing I want to talk about Super on this thing. If anything, I think that might be the last arc I talk about Super. I don't know about Denzel, but I think that's really the last arc I will talk. You'll see any mention about Super on this, um, you know, on this thing. Anyways, oh, actually, I forgot to mention. I guess another little con is I guess before the tournament stuff, it kind of dragged on a little bit too long too. That's all a lot I gotta say. Look, that's it. Anyways, we're here for Denzel's 7th arc of Dragon Ball.
Before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit more about the Tournament of Power arc. Like it's about like them deciding to revive Frieza. Now, in your personal opinion, this is kind of off topic. Who would you have revived like instead of Frieza? If unless, yeah, that's my question.
I don't know really. I don't really know. Frieza's just really the Joker of Dragon Ball at this point. He always comes back. Because really, I don't think you can put Cell back in because Cell would be as strong as he was back from the Cell saga, and it's Cell. Do you think we can trust Cell? I know Frieza's not a guy to be trusted, but Jesus, Cell is literally unbargainable at this point. And trust me, you're not going back to Kid Buu.
Yeah, I thought right there at that moment that it should have been the best moment to like at least mention Oob. That's
Bro, remember, currently Oob's a kid. He's like a little baby.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And plus, they do mention Oob before the Tournament of Power starts, but Dende says he's like literally almost an infant, if not like too young. Like I think 2 or 3, so he'd be too young to fight.
Okay,
if not,
sorry. Back on topic. Number 7 arc, right? I will have to say. I have to say the Goku Black arc.
Okay.
Because I do like it a little more than the Tournament of Power saga. That's for sure. Like I do like the whole concept of like a god taking over Goku's body and such, and invading Trunks' future due to like Trunks' mistakes of messing with time and such. But the cons is like what you said before, is that how it ended and such, and how it kind of dragged out. Like, since when was Trunks able to like pull off a spirit bomb sword? That's uh, that. I mean, it's cool, but also weird way to end it. And the other con is, of course, the Omni King erasing everything in order to defeat Zamasu. Like,
Might as well should have got it from the beginning then.
Mm-hmm. And but overall, I do like Zamasu's method of using Goku's body to like he's adopting Goku's moves and making his own moves at the same time as well, like the energy blade that you love so much in Dragon Ball Z Universe 2. See, look at his face. And the Merge Zamasu arc, it looks cool too. I don't really like how like they fuse into Vegeta, but all of a sudden the next episode he defuses.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much my overall thoughts about it, actually. So, because you pretty much said it all already. Like go on.
Okie dokie. So, number 6, my sixth favorite arc. My sixth favorite arc, which might be shocking to some, the Saiyan Saga arc. The Saiyan Saga is the first saga of Dragon Ball Z. It can be one of the most memorable arcs in Dragon Ball sagas. And, it's where we get basically, the whole heritage reveal of Goku, that he's a Saiyan, and he's from a different planet, and it also made sense to why he got so abnormally strong through almost every fight he did, compared to, any other person on planet Earth. It explained why he had a tail for a majority of his childhood life. You know, some of the emotional some of the emotional moments, like Goku first dying when the series started off. Who would have guessed Goku would be the first one, the main character, to die in the first couple of episodes in the main TV show? Who would have ever thought that? Nobody. Now, it's a good thing he did die. We got the whole Piccolo and Gohan, relationship. Now, it's more explained in Z than Z Kai. But you get more in depth of what Gohan is and what type of character he is, and you build your bond. The Piccolo sacrifice for Gohan, that was a heart wrenching moment. If you played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that looked beautiful. you know, that happened. Stuff like that. It was really, really freaking good. I liked the Goku versus Vegeta fight the most. And that was the thing that, that was the start of two rivals. And that was really when Dragon Ball just got it kicking. Goku versus Vegeta. And that's one of the things I liked about it. Now, the Saiyan Saga, it was, a little slow here and there, but overall, it's still a pretty good arc, and it's a really good arc to start off Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. So it explains the heritages and stuff like that, and answers we had are answers that at the time were answered about why Goku was so crazy strong, and why he was so different from the others. So yeah. Anyways, your sixth favorite.
My sixth favorite, I will have to say the Majin Buu saga.
Okay.
Yeah, because yes, I like that arc, but just like any other arc, it kind of dragged out a bit too.
really dragged out a lot. That's why. And guys, I'm just gonna say this: the Majin Buu saga did not make my list of top 10 favorite arcs. If not, that was on the cusp of top 10. That's why I was
Yeah.
saying back when I made my 10th pick, it was between that and Battle of Gods arc.
I mean, I do like to see like Gohan all grown up and like all to school and stuff, but kind of wish he was training at least. But at least we get to see like him like growing a bond with Videl and stuff. Mm-hmm. And training with his little brother Goten. He was in the past one of my favorite characters.
Now he's dead now. I'm talking about character wise. Character wise, they're dead.
Yeah, that irritated me.
We can look, guys. Maybe we'll start a new series called Dragon Ball Discussions. Maybe we'll do that later.
Mhm.
That could be the first topic. Why are Goten and Trunks wasted? That's a good start to that. Anyways.
Yeah. Um, I will. Anyways, where was I?
You're talking about how he built the bond with his brother Goten and training with him.
Yeah, and then they were like pretty much preparing for like that one tournament where obviously like everybody's like joining in except for the exception of Tien and like all the other characters that were like present during the Cell Saga. And that's when like there are certain two antagonists like who like make their way like to like the main story plot of the Majin Buu arc, which is Popovich and that other guy's name. I forgot his name.
Yamo.
Yamo. And yeah, that's after Videl got a beating too, like from Popovich. Like that was pretty awesome. And that's when they find Bobby Bishop, right? And that's when like things get a turn for the worse. Like after like Vegeta and Goku had their fight, Vegeta had to let himself get controlled by Babidi for some reason. Like he. Mm-hmm. Sorry for the too much. Jesus. The Goku versus Vegeta fight. Would you say it's as good as the one in the Saiyan Saga? That's my question.
It depends your cup of tea. Now, it's kind of stupid, but regardless.
Yeah. So I kind of don't see why Vegeta had to go and do that. Vegeta's sacrifice against Majin Buu, that was pretty iconic too. And the past is one of my favorite transformations. The fusion between Goten and Trunks. I thought it was cool, but after seeing it in action in the anime, it kind of let me down because like it had my hopes up like those two might be the successors of the warriors who just Goku and Vegeta who just died. Like they could be the next generation, but then it kind of ruined it at the very end, where they just defused. Ultimate Gohan versus Super Buu was interesting, but Gohan kind of had to let his overconfidence get the better of him and let Buu get away. So. And I don't know what else to say other than like a Vegeta versus Ultimate Buhan. It was a pretty cool / funny fight. like when Buhan turns Vegeta into a kid. to to a car shop and but you oh, come on. I went I thought you wanted to eat me. I went That
Yeah.
was funny. Now what else am I supposed to say?
I think that's really all you can say. It's pretty long arc. I think you said enough,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. Now I'm talking. Now I think I'm talking too much.
Yeah.
Go on.
If you want to catch our Majin Buu saga thoughts, especially mine, since I'm probably not gonna bring it up this video, check out our Dragon Ball Z / Z Kai review, and you can get more in depth thoughts about our Majin Buu saga thoughts. But it is a pretty long arc. So we finally hit top 5. So top 5, obviously, we probably won't say anything bad about the arcs. We'll just say we like this arc, but we like this arc better. But these are our top 5 favorite arcs, our favorite arcs. So we are in the top 5 now. And to start off my top 5, I'm going to start it off with a bang, and that is the Demon King Piccolo saga from the original Dragon Ball as my top 5. All the other sagas, this saga is really good because one, it's the first time Goku actually saves the world. But like I said, I like this saga. I like this arc. It's just the other arcs are much better than this one. But this arc is like a crazy, crazy good arc. We get the death of Krillin, which fuels Goku to almost becoming a Super Saiyan. No, I'm just playing. um, it fuels Goku to basically go after Piccolo, and he goes on literally not a huge adventure, pretty short adventure to basically stop Piccolo. He loses to him when Piccolo's an old man, but then finally beats him with literally one arm. And that fight was amazing too. Um, the moments in that arc, and then the revival of Krillin and all the others that died. Master Roshi died in this too. This was the first arc where Dragon Ball got really dark as well, and it's something that I really liked. It changed it, and it made Piccolo a legit threat. And yeah, so that's my thoughts. If you want to check out my thoughts on the Demon King Piccolo saga, you got to watch my Dragon Ball video on that. But yeah, that's my top 5. Now, like I said, I like this arc. I thought it was good, but the other arcs I named for the next 4 are much better.
Me, number 5. I will have to say the Cell Saga.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I like it. Like Cameron says, I like it, but the others are much better.
I'm really interested to see your next 4, because that's usually people's number 1.
Isn't people's top one usually like the Piccolo Junior saga or no?
Some people, that's their top 1, but usually 9 out of 10 times you find everyone saying their favorite Dragon Ball arc of all time is probably the Android saga. But go on.
Yeah, that's I like it because that's when we get introduced to like new characters like the androids, for example, and that's when like future Trunks like has like his moments too, like his fight with Cell after Vegeta got his butt owned by Perfect Cell. Well, he had it coming to him after he got so arrogant, and you know what I mean. Um, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That was like the most. That was one of my most favorite things in the world right now. Like I like his hair. I'm sure you like his hair too. Father, Son Kamehameha. That was like one of the most memorable moments in Dragon Ball. And And of course, the little mini part of Krillin X Android 18 moment, like at the very end.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Trunks defeats the androids back in his future. So good ending. I don't really have much to say about this, huh? Okay, go on. You're next.
Okay, my number 4 favorite arc of Dragon Ball will have to be the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament arc. And if you guys don't remember, that is the first World Martial Arts Tournament arc in all of Dragon Ball. And that's when Krillin and Goku and Yamcha enter in their first World Martial Arts Tournament. And I thought it was a nice little arc, cool little arc, because it really was a nice little teaching thing, because especially for Goku and Krillin, mostly Goku, but it was cool because there were so many good moments, funny moments at best. You saw, it was you saw the eventual start of Yamcha's little downturn or bad luck in the World Martial Arts Tournament. Um, you know, you saw Krillin versus the Stinky Guy. You know, stuff like that. No, it was crazy. Then you saw, the Jackie Chun fights and stuff like that, whether it was Yamcha, Krillin, or not TN, um, Goku, which was probably one of the best fights in Dragon Ball, Goku versus Jackie Chun, which kind of is the reason why it sold me on it being one of my 4 favorites. It's an arc I will always go back and watch because it's just hilarious. Um, the Goku versus Jackie Chun fight was good because that was like legit the fight that brought Master Roshi to his absolute limits. Goku could have easily, well, not easily, but he could have won that fight in the end. And stuff like that. We get the Great Ape revelation. Boom, he turns into Great Ape again. It's such a fun arc to watch again. I really request you watch that because that's one of the better arcs in Dragon Ball. Anyways, turn it to Denzel for Denzel's 4th favorite.
My 4th favorite. I'm hesitant to say this, but I'm gonna have to say the Saiyan Saga.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I like the whole origins of the Saiyans and stuff. Cause, yeah, I like the whole concept. Like, Red is coming into Earth, like explaining to Goku like how he like what made him so different and why Goku felt so different compared to the other Earthlings on Earth. And I like how it just enveloped to like Goku dying for the first time. We did not see that coming. Like the main character dying on like the first part of the series, the first part of the Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna move someplace else because
it's getting really dark in there, buddy. Right?
Yep. Now where was I?
Talking about when Goku died.
Yeah. That's yeah, just like anybody would react. I did not see that coming when I first saw it. But I do like that he has to like make all the way to Snake Way just to reach to like to get his training done. And during the meantime, Piccolo and Gohan have their moments and such. And people since those times kept calling Piccolo the better father. Kind of triggers me low key. And that's when like they reached to like the Saiyan, the next Saiyan fight, which is Nappa and Vegeta, right? I do like the Goku versus Vegeta fight. I think I skipped a few stuff, but that's the most memorable fight to me, especially the Great Vegeta fight. And yeah, and that's when Yajirobe did the only significant thing in the entire series. Cut off the tail. That's all I had to say, actually. So, go right ahead.
Okay, so my number 3 favorite arc of Dragon Ball is the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. And if you guys, again, don't remember what that is from Dragon Ball, that is when it was the main event, when it was Goku versus Piccolo Jr., or the Piccolo we all know and love today, but when he was evil. But it was a good arc because of the many, moments. 3 years had passed, so we saw basically essentially teen Goku and a much older Goku, and that was cool to see. Um, we sadly Yamcha lost again in the first round. We did see a pretty cool fight where Piccolo, fought Krillin, and actually Krillin sometimes almost got the better of him that go around. Um, we saw a very funny. Well, before we saw that match, we saw the return of Chi Chi, Starcrest lover,
Yes,
and her
that's my
passive
favorite.
aggressive attitude towards Goku not remembering her. Um, we got that fight, and then the eventual proposal to, Chi Chi, even though she ends up turning into a over psycho mom. But things like this, like the Goku versus Tien rematch, that was a really good fight, which it really made you believe that Tien actually could have beat Goku, but when Goku realizes, like, yeah, you're way out of my league, buddy. You can't beat me. And then one of the best fights in Dragon Ball history, and this is all of Dragon Ball, Goku versus Piccolo. That was one of the best matches, one of the best fights in all of Dragon Ball. That's the top five fight. If we ever have a video of top 10 fights, that's top five. So you'll see that. Um, that fight was good. That fight was really good. That was the first time, that was a legit fight. And, it almost looked like Goku could have lost that fight. We got to see essentially giant Piccolo. Um, you know,
He tried to swallow Goku once, did he?
Yep, he did. Well, he did, but that was when Goku tried to get Kami out of his stomach. Because if y'all remember, Kami was later swallowed. I totally forgot. Kami versus Piccolo. That was a pretty interesting fight. He tried to use the Mafuba on him, if I believe. Stuff like that. Um, but that arc was really good, and it was a nice way to end off Dragon Ball. Even though they did have the Goku Chi Chi marriage, and that I think that made it to where Goku was the first Shonen Jump character to be married out of all the other Shonen Jump characters. The first one to get married. I know there's other characters that get married later on, but I think it was the first.
You might be right, but I think there might be others before him.
I thought, well, really, most anime go off of Dragon Ball, to be honest, though. Because technically, Dragon Ball was the first manga slash well, there was other mangas before it, but the first mainstream manga.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, the last arc of Dragon Ball had a nice start and a nice ending, which later led into Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna get to Denzel's third favorite.
My third favorite, I will have to say the like yours, the go that world tournament arc you just mentioned.
23rd Martial Arts World Tournament arc.
Yeah, that's gonna be my number 3 as well, because I do like the Goku versus Piccolo, like and all that good stuff too. Like also the Goku versus Chi-Chi fight was actually pretty interesting too. Goku just taking her out with just a bit of wind. Mm-hmm. And the Goku versus Piccolo, that was a fight. Like it was pretty gory near the end, where where Piccolo suddenly blasted Goku's chest, like,
Yeah.
and laser beaming it constantly too. Like, and Goku screaming, that was pretty
Oh, especially if you hear the English dub.
I heard it actually. I watched it all. Uh, but then that's when like Goku pretty much turned the tables on him, right? And headbutts him down, and that's when Goku won.
Hmm.
Hmm? Yeah, that arc had a pretty good ending too, and that's which led to Dragon Ball Z. You pretty much said everything I wanted to.
Yeah. All right, I guess I can go into my number two.
Hmm.
My number two, the Android Saga.
Go on.
The reason why the Android Saga is my number two is because the future arc I will mention, I just love so much more than this. But the Android Saga was good. It was really good. Um, you know, it was crazy to see the start of it, the return of Frieza, only to get shafted by a mysterious Super Saiyan. You know, it's insane how good this saga is from beginning to end. And like I said, this easily could have been top one for me, but I like the next arc much more than this one. Like I said, like you said, the Gohan Super Saiyan 2 revelation. You know, if you ask me, the Android Saga is the best saga of Dragon Ball when it comes to storytelling because it's just the story being told is just perfect. Um, the sad Goku sacrifice, that was emotional. The dumb moments that could have prevented so many things, like Krillin not breaking the remote over his essential lover boy's face for Android 18. Vegeta not having that stupid Saiyan pride that let him get in the way. Things like that. Cell was a very intimidating villain when he was put into the picture. You know, really to the point where it looked like all hope was lost. But then Go had his motion, his basically his moment, and then stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the Android Saga for now.
Hmm.
So you're number two, buddy.
I will have to say and this is kind of a tough one for me. I'm Jesus. uh, mm, like I'm gonna have to say the Goku, the Emperor Frieza arc.
Oh, the Frieza Saga.
Yeah, the Frieza saga. Cause it was um, it was just it's interesting for me to know like there are other Dragon Balls in other worlds, and and knowing that there's like a universal threat, like not just like in world threats, like I know that the Saiyans were kind of universal, but Frieza's like on a whole other level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know that much, right, guys? The Goku versus Vegeta and Frieza fight. That was like one of the most epic fights I've seen. Like I, Goku versus Piccolo Jr. That was pretty good, but Goku versus Frieza, that was like
Longest fight in anime
mm,
history.
yeah. the, the way Goku raged when Krillin died, like that was one of the most pumped up moments too.
Yeah.
You fall. Honestly, I think I said everything about. I think I said everything I wanted. Oh, like Vegeta crying for the Saiyans who died on planet Vegeta and such.
Crying to
That
Goku.
yeah, like please defeat Frieza, defend our race, please. and such.
Mhm.
You'll get the picture. Okay, that's all I had to say. Number 2, Goku versus the Frieza saga.
So, we're here finally after an hour. Number 1. Okay, I'm gonna be frank. This was one of my favorite sagas. I can't wait to tell you I love, how much I love the Garlic Jr. saga. You get evil Piccolo again. You get Gohan being the hero. You get Marin Booty. That's what I'm talking about. What did you think I was gonna choose? The Frieza saga? Hell no. The Universe 6 saga? Hell no. The Baby saga? You gotta be kidding me. The Garlic Jr. saga is the best saga in Dragon Ball. And trust and believe, you will watch that saga over and over again, all for that Marin booty, though. Okay, oh no, I'm done playing. I'm done playing. I'm done playing. If I'm being legit, no. The Garlic Jr. saga from Dragon Ball Z can kick rocks.
Oh my god, are you serious? Cameron, what's going on? I was like, I'm dead inside.
Okay.
Okay.
My real number 1 saga is what Denzel just mentioned, which is the Frieza saga. The Frieza saga is my favorite saga. If you guys have not seen my previous videos about anything related to Dragon Ball, the Frieza saga is my favorite saga of all of Dragon Ball. Just because of many moments, because the Ginyu Force, Goku being switched out of his body by Captain Ginyu, Zarbon and Dodoria versus Vegeta, all that stuff, all culminating into a guy who you later find out, oh, that's the reason why Goku's race ultimately died. He's the reason why Goku was sent to planet Earth. And like Goku said, the Saiyans did pay for their crimes, but he about to pay for it now. Technically, he's still alive. But it was cool to see the fights between Frieza, Piccolo versus second form Frieza, and then the sad crying of Vegeta getting mocked by Frieza in his final form when he thought I was a Super Saiyan. No. And then the culmination of Goku versus Frieza, and then the emotional soon death scene of Krillin again, and then the Super Saiyan moment that was so powerful, and then, the you fool moment, a Saiyan must die by my hand. Just so many good moments from the Frieza saga that culminates into a good thing. And all I gotta say is this: Chris Ayers, great voice casting from Frieza in the English dub of Dragon Ball Z Kai. Don't sleep on Z Kai. It's great. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I gave my top 10s. Denzel?
Jeez, oh man, I think I messed up on my top 10 a bit. I think I should have moved the Goku versus the Frieza saga to number 1,
Mm-hmm.
and the Goku versus Piccolo Jr. fight to number 2, and number 3 should have been the Universe 6 versus Universe 7.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, because that's when we start seeing characters from other universes, and which I find kind of cool, even though the character designs are kind of skimpy in my opinion. But I like it. I like the concept, and I like just like Saiyans from another universe,
Mm-hmm.
which we get Kaba. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite characters so far. Yeah, I just like it a lot. And Goku versus Hit, like if I when the Goku Kaioken, that was that the screaming was really intense.
Especially from John Schimmel.
Mm-hmm. Times 10.
Yeah.
Times 10.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be doing that, buddy.
I mean, I probably can do it if I wanted to. If I don't know. But anyways, that's the point. That's that's my top 10.
Okay. Well, guys, we made an hour and 5 minutes on our top 10 Dragon Ball arcs. This is just the start
Yeah,
of our top.
that was longer than I expected it to be.
Sadly, it is, but trust and believe. Um, that's only the first top 10 we make. Just wait till the next ones. We can't wait to do. But anyways, um, this is what we call a video. But other than that, if you like this video, leave a like. Um, also hit that subscribe button if you want to get more top 10 of anything we talk about. We're not just going to talk about Dragon Ball. We're going to talk about My Hero Academia, One Piece, whenever we have time to do One Piece. You know, I'm trying to think of any other animes we watch. Dr. Stone, definitely Dr. Stone. Fire Force, you gotta watch Fire Force. But
Hashtag get Cameron to watch Rurouni Kenshin.
if you don't,
I mean, I
fine.
mean, I mean, leave comments down below and like say that you love Rurouni Kenshin and such. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, leave a comment.
Salty about.
Okay. Anyways, leave in the comment section what your top 10 favorite Dragon Ball arcs are. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But other than that, we're gonna get out of here. We've been on here long enough. We're gonna get out of here. It's Camfrey 15.
And the Red Wolf here.
We'll catch you guys on the next video.
Peace.
Hopefully you guys have a good night.